What really got me in one city that I was in, the city inspector was not trained in anything. City inspector was not a licensed plumber. He wasn't a licensed electrician, HVAC guy, or anything. He was just a guy they hired. And he went off of a list. And I asked him what was his background. And he said, oh, well, I used to flip homes when I was younger. So he may have had, some great knowledge, some very extensive knowledge. I mean, a lot of guys who flip homes have a lot of good knowledge. They don't need any licenses. They just been doing it so long. Think about it. Our grandfathers didn't have licenses. They just built. But either way, he didn't have a license, but they charge me all of this money to have licensed people, but they don't have people who are licensed to come tell me if it's an actual violation. So your large money projects with, either selling or buying a house, and I'm going to talk, even investment, but either way, is your windows, your gutters. So you may go out and you may plan. You're a resident. You say, I've been living in this house for, 20, 30 years. I'm about to sell this home. It's all paid off. I'm going to put this house on the market for $300,000. Well, your violations could get really, really expensive. So maybe you put away 10, 15 grand for a roof. Maybe you put away 10, 15 grand for windows. So you go out and you get the roof, the windows, and different things, and you say, okay, I'm ready to sell this house for $300,000. Maybe I can squeeze $330,000. Maybe I can squeeze $350,000. Whatever the case may be. When that city comes out, and this is a big thing now, they try to get you with concrete work, and concrete work can be crazy expensive depending on what you have to do. Another example is when I was selling an investment property in a home, they told me, this is a true story, that I have to replace the garage floor. I said, I have to replace the garage floor? I said, people don't live in the garage. What do you mean I have to replace the garage floor? They said, because I have a crack running on one side that meets another crack running on another side. So it's kind of built like a triangle. That means that I need to replace it. I said, well, can't I just cut out that section? They said, no, because we have a new rule. They said that I have to take out the entire floor, put new footers in, and put pins down 10 inches, 12 inches for the footer, and then pour a new floor. This was a one-car garage. I said, because I have 3 cracks that meet, I said, there's no pipes running under here. There's no water running under here. I feel that a garage could be a dirt floor if you wanted it to be. They're saying that I can have a landing pad on the outside of my house that's just gravel. But if I have a roof or a structure like a garage, then it has to be cement, concrete laid. That project went up. I don't know if you know, but when you break up a concrete floor, that concrete is heavy. And it's a one-car garage with homes close together. You can't get real big equipment back there. And if you did, they're going to charge you if they're the type of company who has real big equipment. So these are some of the things that you may or may not have known about buying and selling in certain cities, especially in Ohio area. So let's recap, okay? Contractor has to be registered with the city. So if you live on a street, let's say you run on a street that runs 20 miles and there's 8 cities that connect to that street. Like here in Ohio, you got long streets like Psalm Center Road. You got long streets like Richmond. You have streets like Euclid. Those streets could have 10, 12 cities connected to them. So that means that contractor, if he wants to do business in those cities, he has to be registered in each one of those cities. If there's 10 cities on one stretch of road and he has to pay $400 for each city. That's $4,000, and he doesn't even know if he's going to get the job yet. So what they tend to do is they wait till someone calls them from a city that they're not registered in. You guys agree on a price, but he ups the price by $400 because now he has to register with the city. So let's say that contractor wants to do a $2,000 job for you. It automatically goes up to like $2,500 because the city wants their piece. On this video, I just wanted you to know what it takes to buy or sell a home. Specifically speaking in Cuyahoga County, but if you go online, you'll see that a lot of cities are doing this. There's even been lawsuits that you shouldn't be allowed to come. It's like big government coming in my house to tell me that I got chip paint or something. You have to be careful of the painting laws now. There is a rule. There's something out there that says before 78, that paint had lead in it. So if they come into your home, see chip paint, they may test it. And that includes windows, not just basement walls, floors, that kind of stuff. If they test it for lead paint, they can go as far as telling you have to wrap let's say it's chip paint on the window. You have to wrap that side of the house before you can even take that window out so that the lead doesn't fly in the air. They do some similar things with asbestos. So it's good to always paint. If you have an older house, you see a couple of chips, paint it. Just go out and paint it. Do not let that paint chip, especially if you're about to sell that home. This was just a tidbit of information on Hey Homeowner. I appreciate the time. And now it's time for me to get started.